Well, dun, 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 we have Golden Botanical with the launch today. You're going to see everything, and we have some wonderful projects that Debbie has made. In fact, I can show you one right now. Look at this. It opens, and it opens, and opens, and look at that. Well, that's a nice preview for you. Okay, won't you please come play with us? Now let me just show you what we have. So we have cutting dies, of course. There are 9 of them. And there is also, of course, a project on the back because this is from hot off the press. We have chipboard with 12 designs, and we'll see more of these later. Again, a project is there. We have the Golden Botanical die cuts. There are 31 pieces, and I'll show you these. We also have the Golden Botanical in 12 by 12 and 6 by 6. I'll show you all of those. We also have the Golden Botanical solid cardstocks, all of those colors, 12 colors on 12 sheets. But first, let me show you what you get in the Golden Botanical collection. So let me bring in the papers. And here we have, so this is where it starts, and as you can see, the touch of gold in there is just beautiful. And this is the first sheet. They are done in 2-page pieces, 2-page spreads, and this is how you remove it, just like that. There's the back side of that first sheet. And here is the next one. This is my favorite. I think it's just so gorgeous. Now, as you know, if you are a scrapbooker, you're going to put your photos probably in the center. But if you're a card maker, you can think of this in 4 quadrants because you can make 4 cards out of it. On the back side, we have this beautiful all-over pattern. Here we have the next sheet. Isn't that pretty with that light blue in the background? Again, we simply do this to separate them. No fuzzy edges. It works beautifully, and you can see that lovely green on the back with the ferns on the bottom. And here is the next sheet. More the gold in the dandelions, which is a favorite around here, as you would imagine. And there's the back side. And then we have our cutouts. Now, these are the large cutouts. We've got 2 borders also on the sheet. And once again, just separate it. And isn't that a beautiful blue background? Gorgeous. And these are the more cutouts. These are the smaller ones. Many of them have greetings. Some of them are just have the art. That way you can overlap them, you can layer them, you can put the die cuts on them, cutting dies, anything you want. On the back side, this is what it looks like. Now, the same thing is in the 6 by 6s. However, in the 12 by 12, let me just show you the package again. You're also going to get 52 cutouts, so that's quite a bonus. And as always, you are going to get a scrapbook page and a card idea on the packaging. Same thing with the 6 by 6s. However, you're going to get 4 pieces of every sheet, and you're going to get, let me see, 104 cutouts. That works perfectly. Then for the solids, let me just show you the colors. I'll spread them out here. The thing that's really fun is that the background that you get. So let me show you. So there are the 6. And here's the first, and on the back side you get a darker kind of rust color. Okay, green, you're going to get white. This blue, the purple, you're going to get a lighter purple. We have kind of a medium green with a lighter green. We've got the brown or the tan with yellow, and blue with a lighter blue. So all of those, 2 of each, is going to make a perfect combination. Now, before we get started, let me just show you also that scrapbook page because we don't want our scrapbookers to think we've forgotten them. This is just the excellent how you work with that border all the way around and using the solids to mat the photos and using the die cuts. I didn't show you the die cuts, so let me show you those 2 sheets. How pretty is that? In fact, you can see this border was used right here. It was just trimmed and made into 2 pieces. Every Day is Great with You is one of the cutouts. Bloom and Grow is one of the borders in the paper. And here's the cutting die, and more of the cutting die with the ginkgo leaves. Just absolutely gorgeous. So let's get to our first card that Debbie has done. And we'll get in close so that you can really see this. And so what she has done is she's using the 6 by 6 on this card. And you can see that she first covered her card with the solid purple. Now this is the lavender color, as you can see. And here is the sheet that she used to cover the front of her card. There we go. So you can see that you can decide if you want to have it like this or if you want to have it like that. Either way is perfect. What I absolutely love about this card is what she has done here. And in that case, she has taken the chipboard and the cutting die and she has married them. So to begin with, she did the cutting die. Let me pull that back out again. We've got a nice little pile over here in the corner. And there it is. Okay, so they're just wonderful sprays of foliage and the ginkgos in here. And so you can see this is just going up. So it's this piece, which actually measures 3.5 inches long. Now you can certainly trim it, but that's what that whole piece is. And she has cut it out of this tan sheet that's out of the solid. And she's done a couple of, actually, I think it looks like 4. So here's one going. She turned it over and has another. And then she's trimmed it down here and here. So it makes just a beautiful little section for her. And then she brought in the chipboard. Let me show that to you. And here is the chipboard. So you can see this is the piece that she has. And all she did with it, and I'm not sure that you can see it on camera, so we're going to have to get in super, super close, super, super, super even more. Well, I'm not sure that you can see it, but she used the Wink of Stella sparkle pen on the chipboard just as it is, didn't do any coloring. I'm really giving you sparkle on those crystals, aren't I? But there is, in person, you can see it, and it's just really beautiful. I just think that's just such a lovely piece. The Blessings has the same thing. You can see that she has matted it on a piece of, or she has glued it on a piece of the pattern cardstock that was matted on the solid. Works beautifully. And then look at that little ginkgo leaf there. She has used a, this is our gold ink pad, the Delicata, and used a finger dauber to just get into here and just lightly daub that. In fact, I think she might have used that a little bit onto the cutting die pieces. And just is such an elegant piece. Now the crystals that are there are the amber crystals, and they are self-adhesive. And when you look at a color like this, you might be thinking, okay, what am I going to do with brown? Well, there you are. This is exactly what you've got. Oh, so pretty. Now inside, she has taken the blue that is on the back of this sheet. And then she also used this piece, which is the same one that is on the front, but in a smaller little cutout version. I thought that was interesting. So here is that sheet, and here is the solid purple that she used on the front. And she matted this on the purple. It's got it right there. The Blessings to you on your special day. Well, that comes from our die cut sheet. And then there is also more of the chipboard. And the chipboard, as you can see, a little bit closer, please. Thank you, Jeanette, has all of these lines already etched into it. And it's just quite lovely. Once again, all she did was use the Wink of Stella crystal marker, crystal brush, and went over them. So this is 2 pieces. You can see right here that piece, and then this piece was used right under it. So yes, you can layer them. So elevate this with a little bit of foam tape, and you've got a beautiful piece. More of the crystals on the inside, and you are done. Just lovely, just lovely. I thought it was so very easy to do, and yet so lovely. Okay, we're going to go to that next card, and that's the one that I showed you in the beginning. And this looks hard, but it's really not, and that I appreciate that, Debbie. So let me show you how she constructed this. You do need 2 cards, And we're going to start with the back piece. So let me just lay this out flat so you kind of get a feeling for it. Okay, so this is one card. You can see it right here. So this is our 5 by 6.5 inch card. And the back piece stays the same. The front piece, you're going to trim off 3/4 of an inch from the top and 3/4 of an inch off the side. That's all you're going to do. So I'm just going to let this be here. When you cut those 2 3/4 inches off, it's going to measure 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. But 3/4 is all you need to remember. Okay, I'm going to set that here. Now this is the second card. And this also starts out at 5 by 6.5, but we're going to do some changing. So we want this length to be 5 3/4 of an inch tall. So first you're going to trim it to be that. And then you're going to, over on the right-hand side, this is the inside of the card, okay? We're going to score at 3/4 of an inch. That is going to give us a piece that we're going to attach to the other card. Now this front piece, you're going to trim down to be 3.5 by 5 inches. So here we go, 3.5 by 5. And then this, you're going to put some extra sticky tape. Well, I like extra sticky tape. I think Debbie just said glue. And this is going to get glued to the front of this card. You can see how those two end up being the exact same size. But you just want to glue that flap to it. And that way you will be able to have it. You can juggle it on your table just as I did. You're going to have it just like this. So these two end up being the same size. This is smaller. This is your original size. Super easy to do. There we go. Okay. So that is how you make this card base. Beautifully done. Now, what are you going to cover it with? Well, one thing I want to point out is that what Debbie has done is she's done a couple of colors. She's done purple in her pattern cardstock as well as in her matting, and she's done gold in her cardstock, pattern cardstock, as well as in her solid. So those two colors are going to play all the way through this card. Now, let me show you what paper she used. So in the beginning, she has used this purple and she has trimmed it down to be a little bit smaller than this card. Now remember, you have those dimensions because that card is 3.5 by 5. We always give the width first, 3.5 by 5. So you're going to trim this down smaller and you're going to mat it on the gold just like this and go ahead and glue it in place. Let's go ahead and look at the other pieces. Okay, so we're going to go here, and that is from this piece, and she simply used, let's see, right here. So she measured it from the edge right here, and this is matted on the purple, so you can see it right here. And again, it's just a bit smaller. We have a white edge on all of these steps. Okay, so that's taken care of there. Then our next sheet is this one, and you can see it here, and it is matted on the lavender also, just like this one. Again, a little bit smaller. And then we're going to go to our third page. Now, remember right here, we used the left side of the sheet. Well, here she's going to go to the right side of the sheet. And same thing, this is matted on the purple again. And then the last one is matted exactly as she did on the front of her card. So it is this purple, and it's matted on the gold, just like she did. And then this green comes from this sheet, and it's matted on the gold, and it goes in the middle here. Now, this is a border, and that is on the sheet that has all of the large cutouts, okay? So that's exactly as she did all of those. Then I'm going to go back and show you the embellishments that she's added. So this piece is on the cutout sheet. So let me pull that back. So there's just this sheet, this little cutout. It's already matted for you, as all the cutouts are, and she simply glued it right here. Very nice and easy to do. Cherish every moment. That's one of the die cuts. That's been foam taped on top. Now, this, we're going to go to our cutting die. And she has die cut our these Queen Anne's lace. We've got 2 of them. And she has die cut them out of that tan cardstock. But the other thing that she's done is she's really made them look like Queen Anne's lace. So she has used the soft snowfall. Now, we used that a lot last Christmas because it was great for snow. However, it's great for Queen Anne's lace. So the way I use it is although it comes in a plastic bag, I keep it in a plastic tray that has a lid. And all I do is apply the Cosmic Shimmer glue to the edge of my die cuts, and then I simply tap this into my tub and it will stick. Tap off the excess and you're good to go. So it works beautifully and it just creates such a beautiful look, as you can see. Just really nice. Now I have a little bit of snow around, but you can see what that looks like. To the Wonderful You, well, that is another of the die cuts right here. Now you're going to also foam tape that, just the left side of it, because that's kind of your handle to open this, which is rather nice. Then she's also decorated the bottom of that with the purple border dazzles. There we go. There's all 31 of them. And you can see that she's going to lay it here, but she's also going to do on each of these subsequent pages, just like that. And then they look like they all match, and that's perfect. Okay, that's our first page. Our next page doesn't have anything more because that's perfectly fine. Now this one has another of the die cuts, and it is Life is Good with a Friend Like You. Isn't that pretty? I like how that's offset. It's right there, and then I think this is gorgeous. Just so, so pretty, and that's going to get foam taped. Now we go back to our cutting die, and we get that border, or that spray of ginkgo leaves, die cut it out of that same. See, we use this on the front. We're going to use the other side here and do it right there. We're going to turn it upside down, which I thought was clever, and let that trail. And then we're going to add the gold pearl dazzles, jewel dazzles. You can see, just put those for the little berries that are in the ginkgo leaves. That takes care of that. Now our next one, okay, we're not doing anything with that one either. This, we have cut that green, we've matted it on the same gold. Have the best birthday, well, you know where that's coming from, right here. It's coming from the die cuts. So that completes this card. It's really fun to open this and kind of have a little book. So that's really fun. Okay, I've got 2 more projects for you. Debbie has been busy. Okay, here is our next one. And this is done out of the tent cards. So let me show you that package. And it is, so the fold is at the top. Normally our fold is on the side, but it's at the top. These are, it says 7 by 5, but it's really 5 by 7, okay? And the envelopes are in there too. So what Debbie has done is she has trimmed back the top, and she has also matted it on that, or covered it with that green. So let me pull this for you so you can see. So right there. Now where did she get this? Well, let me show you. There is the sheet of large cutouts, and she has taken this one and simply trimmed it out, and that fits right onto this sheet. Now I need to give you that measurement, and I realize I didn't do that in preparation for this, so I'm reaching over here to find a ruler, And if I dig hard enough, I'll find one. Okay, this top is, it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is 5 by 7, and that's going to work just nicely for you. Okay, so you've got the top part covered. Now we're going to decorate it. And what Debbie used are our circle dies. And have you seen our brushed diamond paper? It is wonderful. Let me show you one out of the package. Look at that. It is smooth, it is double-sided, and it does wonderful things. If you aren't aware of this, please check out the webisode. You'll find it when you click on this product. We have gold, silver, and red. And when you click on it, you'll see the webisode and you'll see all the things that you can do. So she used this, the gold, with the circle and scallop cutting dies. And she die cut the scalloped one a little bit larger, obviously, than the Always Thinking of You die cut. So of course we're going to get gold into Golden Botanicals, wouldn't you know? So that's going to be nice. She can just foam tape that, first glue this and then foam tape the piece on top of that kind of ghosted area in the center of that cutout. Then this is chipboard. So you saw that earlier. And the chipboard is going to get tabbed with that gold ink pad. So you can see how we've got these pieces that will, you can trim this down or you can leave it as it is. That's just going to simply get tapped with the gold ink pad and then glued in place, which is really pretty. Now for the inside, she has taken that sheet that has the green, here it is, and she has simply covered the inside with the green. However, notice those edges are rounded. So get your paper on it and then use the 3-in-1 corner punch to simply slip into that corner and punch it. There are 3 measurements, and that's going to work quite perfectly for you. You'll notice down below we also have that happening again on the bottom of our little tag. So covering it with the green, then again I'm going to go back into our large 12 by 12 papers. Remember I showed you this, and that's the piece she used, but on the other side is that beautiful blue, and that is the area that she has trimmed to go right here. And you're just going to trim that down and mat it on that gold brushed diamond and glue it. Now remember, that's going to be covered up by this piece, so it's going to be smaller than this area. That will work nicely. We've got more of our chipboard that's been tapped with the gold ink pad. These pieces have been glued in place. The Sending a Warm Hug, well, that goes on that same sheet of die cuts. Remember, you used that. And then she did mat it on the gold brushed. And then she did use that corner trimmer down below just so that it matches the edges here and it matches the edges of the tag. So that works nicely. This piece is on that cutout sheet. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but here we've got 2 borders, and she did mat that again on the gold brushed. And that way we've got the gold going all the way through our Golden Botanical card. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I have one more for you. And this is a fun surprise. This is using our brand new pull-up card cutting die. And what I love about this is it is so easy to use and it has such a great look. So let me show you the finished card. And the other thing about this is that this could be the card front or this could be the card front. And I think you can tell that Debbie used this as her card front, the happy birthday. But what you do is you take the large, there's 2 pieces. Let me open this up for you. Okay. And this is very long. It will fit in a regular die cutting machine. But this is 11 inches long. So you can either, start running it through your machine and then kind of move your platform and finish, or you can get the extended platform, either way. But you can see the score lines, and you're going to cut one of these and one of these. As always, the directions are right on the package, super easy to put together. You do want to have some extra sticky tape, because whenever we have movable parts, we use the extra sticky tape to just make sure that they really stay connected. So what Debbie did is she used this cardstock to make her card, and I thought it was really clever because it's this color on the other side. And you can see on this card as I open it up, so here's our card front, and I open it up, you have that beautiful darker color, and you see "Sending Love Your Way." So what she did is that when she did her first piece and put the tape on her edges and then folded them in and connected them to this part, then she had the flap and she had this bottom part, and what she used is this 6x6 cardstock. So you can see that the bottom part of it covered this area. That again is that border that we saw, and this top part is covered right here. Just works really, really well. On the other side, she used another sheet, because you get 4 when it's 6x6, and use that to cover. And it's already matted if you trim them just a little bit smaller. That's the same border. The happy birthday, well, the happy birthday comes from our die cuts right there. That's been foam taped up, and then wow, look at those ginkgo. They are also from the cutting die, as you can see. So die cut that out of the craft paper color, and then she used the Versamark ink pad, tapped it on the edges, and then poured the gold embossing powder on top, tapped it off, and then melted it with the heat gun. And how gorgeous is that? This is just 2 of them. I just love it. Okay, this is one of the die cuts. This is another of the pieces that you can just die cut out of the green that's in there. And then this is also one of the sheets, and just attach it again according to the directions, just right along the fold line. And then she's "Sending Love Your Way." And notice how that's tucked right in, and it's just going to work nicely as that closes. Beautiful. Now this will fit in our number 10, or our 10 envelopes, so you don't have to worry about sending this through the mail, because of course that wouldn't work. You want to put it into an envelope and send that. But just quite beautiful. Okay, as I said, this is the pull-up card cutting dies, and there's a whole webisode on this too, so if you want to take a look at that. Okay, to recap, so this is just some of the things that you can do with this wonderful collection of Golden Botanicals. So just to recap, as I pull the things out of my pile here, we have the Golden Botanical 12x12 solid cardstock, meaning that they are solid colors. And then we have the 12x12 Botanical, and there are 52 cutouts along that set. We also have the die cuts. There are 31 of them. We have the chipboard. We have the cutting die. And we have the 6x6 Botanical, Golden Botanical. All of these, how great is that? Everything matches, everything works together, and that just makes creativity so much easier when you're not trying to find something that's going to match, because everything matches. It's all designed to do, and then you get the joy of putting it all together and making wonderful things. Now we do have a couple of things I want to share with you. One is that if you have signed up to get our emails, which you can do on our website, you will get this free download beginning of next month. And these are some of the cutouts from the book, and you'll get that. So you can do this as many times as you want. If you are our VIP member, you will have received 6 sheets of this earlier, and that's our gift to you. Now, if you are interested in getting our collections, maybe you don't want the cutting die. I can't imagine why not, but maybe you don't. We have it, and it's called I Want It All subscription. That means you're going to get all of these, and you will get them before the webisode, before this day, and you will save 20% off the retail. What a deal is that? Now, if you say, okay, Paulette, that's fine, but you know, I really love all those cutting dies. Then we have an I Really Want It All subscription. Same thing, you're going to get these before the webisode, and when you get them, remember all of these have ideas on them, so we're not leaving you empty-handed there. You're going to have the product and you're going to have the ideas, and you're going to save 20% off retail. Such a deal. So both of these are on the right-hand side of the screen. If you'll just click whichever one you want, we'll get you started. Every month we have a brand new collection, and it works just like this. Now, if you happen to be watching us on YouTube, we hope that you will subscribe and you will like us, because that boosts our ratings and that helps get us more people to share the creativity with us. Then please head on over to paperwishes.com. This is the only place that you can get Golden Botanical. It's exclusively ours, and we do want to share it with you. So that will work nicely. And you can, if you want to get the subscription, that's great. You can also see all of these products and all the products that Debbie has used. And also want to have you take advantage of those offers that we have for you. So that's nice. Get the free downloads, get the VIP, so lots of good things. Okay, I want to thank Debbie for once again just putting her good creative hat on and sharing wonderful things with us. And I want to thank you for being absolutely part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you again.